Hey everyone, John Newman here. Thank you for downloading this episode of Card Mensches. Myself and Danny Black of Hobby News Daily would like to remind you this is a live show every other Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It can be found on most of our social medias. Danny's at sportsbalt and Hobby News Daily. I am Sports Card Nation Podcast. And it can be found on our YouTube channels. At Hobby News Daily, Sports Card Nation Podcast, at sportsbalt, and at Card Mensches. So with that being said, we hope to see you very soon on a Friday night in our very active chat room. Now let's start the show.
Experience, quality, consistency, and the quickest turnaround times in the grading industry? We are proud to partner with SGC Grading. Check them out at www.gosgc.com.
Hi, I'm Danny Black.
And I'm John Newman.
Welcome to Card Mensches. Hello, and welcome to episode number 38 of Card Mensches. And I am Danny Black. That is John Newman. John, can I do something we've never done before? I want to play the intro again.
All right, go ahead.
I was getting into the song. Hi, I'm Danny Black.
And I'm John Newman.
Welcome to Card Mensches. Now I feel better. Thank you.
I just got home. I took a wrong turn leaving your house, and I just got here.
You just pulled in?
Yeah. So luckily, we didn't miss the show. But no, I'm back. I'm not in front of the Muhammad Ali painting. I'm in front of a mishmash of who knows what.
Just Cassius and I. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, Mike Petty, it's like you read our mind. Let's get this Shabbat started.
Wow, that is odd. Did you
perfect.
tip him off? Did you tip him off?
I didn't tip Mike Petty off. Mike, we literally were going to talk about this. This
is crazy. I'm
going to let you talk about this, John.
All right, we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
So memory lane. All right, I don't know a ton about them. You know, they send 50. I believe it's 50 cards worth $2 million to the Best Western of all places, to the front desk for the Strongsville show in advance of the Strongsville show, just to be displayed at their kiosk and booth. And, you know, the hotel signs for it. And they come. This is the other. I don't know how deep you want. They show up a couple days later, like nonchalantly. Oh yeah, we're here to pick up our $2 million in cards. You know, it's nowhere to be found. And so now obviously the police are involved. You get that kind of dollar amount, and you know, it's a big deal outside the hobby.
So what's the lesson? Because we have stadium insurance.
Yeah, that's the lesson. Don't, you know, use your insurance, get insurance, have insurance, especially. Look, man, I do SGC folks up, and I'm not sending $2 million of cards, but there's a lot of value in other people's cards that I'm handling. You get that. This is a no-brainer, Danny.
Yep. Well,
I mean, we can do a whole show on this, quite frankly.
We're not going to, but if you are shipping stuff and you need insurance for your collection, stadiuminsurance.com, and thank you for keeping our lights on. Warren says, now it seems legit because we ran 2 openings. Absolutely. By the way, my mouse is breaking, so if you see me touching my screen, that's why.
Well, listen, the 2 openings makes up for it. There's been, if my memory serves me correctly, a couple of times we didn't even run one.
Oh, so I've missed more than a couple. Yeah, we got to run doubles for a while to even up. From the Best Western plus bed bugs. I have stayed at that hotel many times. Mike Petty, I'm not sure what's worse, their elevator or their rooms. It's a tough or
the guy stealing your stuff.
Or the guy stealing your stuff, right. What's going on, Dylan? Happy to see Petty. Hodges, my mom's Jewish. Good for her, Mike. Tell her we said hello.
And And Warren's got the Eagle Eye Award of the night. He spotted the Old Bay shirt that I have on in homage to my last. Here's the back, which is my good side anyway. And there you go. I don't know if that showed or not.
Oh, here we go. Mike Petty, first-hand account. I was in the lobby on Saturday when the detectives were grilling the 2 employees there. I did not know the extent of it at the time. You should have.
Wow. We got, man, he's like the Dan Rather.
Yeah. What's going on, Heavy J? We got Let's Go Warren Debop. They're having a drink somewhere. Hello, Mensches. Hello, Barry.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's Friday night. Maybe you just got paid. You got money in the pocket. Anyone remember that song? Not the way I just did it. I did the acapella version.
I was about to say the song was in tune. That was the difference. Mike Petty says, lesson is don't trust a dump of a hotel with elevators that don't work. I told you. And hot water that takes 30 minutes to get to you if the handle doesn't break. $2
million. I don't even want the post office handling a box that has $2 million in it, let alone the Best Western front desk crew.
John, where's your hat?
Barry? I don't know if I've ever said this. When my hair's short, I tend not to wear hats. Not all the time. That's not 100%. But when I wear a hat a lot, that means I'm due for a haircut.
All right. There's Warren, who spotted your Old Bay shirt. Good job, Warren.
Yeah, it's real subtle on the front right here, if I point to the right place.
Orlando's roommate was cussing out the front desk while the police were grilling them. True story. His room key wouldn't work.
Disney would throw this script out.
Ruben says, I saw the shirt. I just chose not to comment about it and acknowledge.
Well, we know who has the eagle eye. Now we know who the smartest guy in the room is.
Orlando got checked out early. Mike Petty says, I asked them if they had a safe in the room when I checked in. They said they had a safe in the back. The stolen box never made it to the safe. Yeah. And I don't trust their house safe anyway. I've had that conversation with them. With John's shirt, I want wings, damn it. I always want wings, especially Old Bay wings. So definitely like the shirt.
I love Old Bay wings now. I think about them almost every day. I'm not gonna lie.
Should we tell everybody?
My wife's not here tonight, so I can say things like that.
Yeah. Should we tell everybody what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, let's not talking about the memory lane $2 million missing package. Although I think we almost, and maybe we'll think about that in a future episode when we start knowing even more stuff. We're gonna go through. We really want the chat room active on this one. We're gonna go through position by position and put player or players up against each other. But we want you to pick which ones you'd rather have just their cards during their playing career.
Right. It's not how good they were as a baseball player. It's how good their baseball cards are.
So you're voting for their player run of cards while they were active players, not all the transcendent stuff and stuff.
And we're generally trying to keep it to post-war vintage as best we could. It's not perfect list. And we're going to put some guys head to head. Some of them are going to be probably a lot easier than others. And if we absolutely forgot somebody, please speak up. Let's start at catcher. Whose playing career cards would you rather have, bearer or bench? And this is the thing, because you've got the rookie cards of each, which you have to evaluate. That's always the most significant. But then, how many other years? Oh, Campanella's a good one. But
his career was short. His career was shorter than
that's a good one.
Than it should have been.
We're getting bearer straight down.
Yeah. I will tell you this. I think bench was a better player. I know we're not doing that, so if you want me to leave that out. But, yeah, I would take the bearer cards over the bench cards. And remember, sometimes someone can make the argument that this isn't fair because, bench had cards in the late 70s and 80s when it wasn't as significant. The design wasn't as nice. The values were obviously way lower. A 10th year, an 8th year bench is going to be worth less than an 8th year bearer.
Other than Campy, did we miss anybody else that you guys would say on there? I think we did. I don't think there's a lot of other comparable guys in that era.
How about Bill Freehand?
I don't know who Bill Freehand is.
Oh my God, the chat room's gonna light you up, or at least I hope.
I'm sure.
Bill, I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer, but the name doesn't even hit you.
I'm not gonna make up something.
I appreciate your honesty. I'll give you points for that, but then I'm taking them right back for not. There's the answer.
So there we go.
He was pretty good. I mean, he was decent.
Well, Petty's saying average at best.
I think he's a little better than average.
When did he play? When did he play?
From the 60s.
Okay. There we go. What about Mickey Tettleton for catcher? Fruit Loops. There we go. Freehand. Was the best.
I think he's better than you think. I think he's got a couple All-Star games under his belt. So that's why
Heavy J saying that he was the best catcher in the 60s.
Freehand? Yeah, I mean he's in the mix.
Well, here's one. Fisk.
He's in the mix. Fisk, I thought about.
Thurman Munson.
I don't listen. Anyone that knows me knows my Thurman Munson deal. I just don't know the careers long enough.
Elston Howard was better in the 60s. That's a fair one.
Elston Howard's one of those guys doesn't get talked about probably enough.
Nearly enough. Fisk has some epic cards. There you go, Dylan. Absolutely. All right, so
Fisk. Well, that's the beauty of this kind of episode is all the chat room opinions.
And I'm warning you guys right now. Some positions are just not as comparable.
Look at that Hodges. I didn't realize the number was that high. If that's 11-time All-Star.
Munson will always be my guy. Dylan says, "Can we just agree catchers have the greatest cards?" Ooh, we can agree that there's a lot of cool catcher cards.
Yeah.
Bear is still the winner. First top card ever.
Oh, he's talking about the 51 Redbacks. I'm assuming. Yep. For a minute, I'm thinking of 52, and I'm like, "That's Pafko."
Ruben, we were trying to stay a little bit. We were trying to stay a little bit later.
Yeah, I thought about Bill Dickey, but again, I think we're trying to go from like the 50s to the 80s, somewhere in that sort of range.
Love catcher cards. Yep, catchers have the hardest job, especially if they forget their cup.
Shortest career, especially if you're Joe Mauer, and then you get into Hall of Fame as a catcher. I'm not mad.
We could do a whole show on why I think Joe Mauer is not a Hall of Famer, but I have to agree with Mookie. All right, Josh Gibson.
Yeah, Josh Gibson.
Certainly great catchers, but trying to stay post-war on the cards.
Plus, he only really has just a couple cards, like the Toritos or the Toblitos. Super expensive.
I'll let you read this comment.
From Ruben, he says, "Well, I did accomplish one goal. I've got both of you to say the word Dickey, and I just said it again."
That's why I let you read that one. Gibson's a good call.
We're not one guy we're not going to talk about tonight. I promise is Rusty Kuntz. Not going to go there. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Huh?
Or Rusty Staub.
Yeah.
Barry Bears is Gary Carter. Gary Carter.
Listen.
But if we're talking about the baseball cards only, Gary Carter is just.
Yeah, I think, and I'm guilty of this too. We start thinking about the on-field stuff, and this isn't an on-field competition.
Right, and I made this point to you, John, off air. The 69 bench is my favorite catcher card. That bench's cards are cool cards.
Yeah. Oh, you like the Cup his second year better than his rookie aesthetics.
Yes, especially if you compare it to a black and white Bear.
And I wouldn't disagree because if you didn't know, if you weren't in the hobby, you didn't know cards, that 69 Topps looked like his rookie card. He's young, the Gold Cup, it's his own card. He's on there obviously by himself rather than sharing a dual rookie card with another player. Yeah, I agree with you.
All right. Second base, you guys want to throw out some names of who you think we have?
We've already have the matchup, but just to see.
Right. Let's see if you guys can guess who we went to for second base. And I'll admit that one of the second basemen is maybe not his primary position, but he played over 600 games there. Yeah, well, obviously we're playing chalk, guys.
Yeah.
We know the answer to this, but let's just have a fun conversation. Yeah,
Morgan. We mentioned Morgan. We talked about Joe Morgan,
but baseball cards only.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to stick because I think all of us in this room are baseball fans and some historians and some, And so when we think of the player, we're just immediately thinking of performance on field.
Well, if you're talking about performance on field, does Pete Rose hold his own against Jackie career to career?
Well, he played longer and he's got better numbers. I mean, listen, everyone knows I love Jackie. Pete Rose was a pretty good ball player. Maybe not the nicest guy in the world, maybe not the smartest guy in the world. Guy could play baseball, So
Morgan has some sicko cards.
Yeah,
yeah, Milky, we agree. By the way, we're just talking. We would both take Jackie.
I'm biased. I'm probably the wrong. I almost should have abstained because of what Jackie means to me. But I have an iconic card behind me that is just speaks for itself. I'm biased, so you knew where I was going to go with this vote.
All right, I think Orlando. We agree with you. So we skipped over first base.
We missed the bag.
Next, everybody agrees. Okay. So first base. This is a tough one. In the time period we're talking, who would you guys put at first base? Trying to go post-war.
Yeah, see, Fox is – listen, I'll sing his praise.
Right. I mean, these guys would all obviously be chalk. Hodges from the chat room or Gil Hodges?
Yeah, Hodges, man. That's a good one. Hodges is definitely on the short list.
Not for cards. I'm going to keep coming back to the cards.
Yeah, Ruben said, Jackie played a lot of his career at first base. So, I mean, but I think, at least he started out. His first game, he actually played first base, but he was went to second base. You're going to probably get people who think you went with the homer pick with Murray.
I didn't. I think it's I could have put Gil Hodges, but I don't think his cards hold up. But I could be wrong there. We can put Gil Hodges in the conversation. I'm not anti-Gil Hodges. I don't want to be labeled.
Yeah, I'm a Brooklyn kid. So
I think
took him a while to get in the Hall. He got in 2 years ago. Took him a while where Murray was kind of a surefire. Again, now we're forgetting about cards and we're talking about the player again, which it's hard to break that habit. It's almost impossible for me. I thought about McCovey.
But once again, are we talking player or cards?
Yeah, that's true. I mentioned Mattingly.
He's got an 84 rookie. So is that outside of? That's a little bit later than I was trying to.
Him and Murray kind of cross paths.
Murray 6 years earlier.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. I think Killebrew.
See, I can argue. Do you have the numbers there? How many games did Killebrew play at not first base? I know he was a third baseman, maybe even a little outfield. I don't think Killebrew first baseman when I think Killebrew.
Okay. I'll look. Can somebody in the chat room?
Yeah, more outfield. Mark Hoyle just kind of confirmed what I said. I know he came up as a third baseman, then I think he went to the outfield. And the first base.
I want to see the position breakdown.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I'd be very curious on what the actual breakdown in games are.
Yeah, I think he played more outfield. Well, Johnny Mize. Johnny Mize. Underrated guy.
Well, we're on what year again?
Well, Johnny Mize is the 50s.
But he was not a starter once he went to New York. I mean, he was a great player, but he was a role player more. But I like Mize cards better than Killebrew. I can't argue that. I couldn't be mad.
That's what's great about this kind of topic is you'd be like, man, I forgot about him, or he didn't play enough there to really warrant this pick. That's the beauty.
Am I wrong that Musial played the outfield?
Yeah, I hear Musial. I think outfielder and one of the greatest players, pure hitters. in baseball history.
Killebrew started 930 games at first base, only 468.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie, I was wrong. I'm surprised about that.
Yeah,
I don't think of him as a first baseman. It's weird.
I want to see the game breakdown on Musial also. That because I definitely would be wrong. Ernie Banks is a great one. I wouldn't get mad at that either, but it might not surprise you, Mike Petty, that we're going to see Ernie Banks later.
Yeah.
Ernie gave us multiple positions. My vote is Killebrew for best looking first base cards. Then, all right, Hodges, we can take that.
Hey, his rookie, man, Harmon Killebrew's rookie is one of my favorite cards, and I actually got to get another one. They're actually pretty affordable. I've had it 3 or 4 times, and I keep selling them, and I got to get it back and just put it on the wall behind me and forget about it. I was for being a Yankee kid and then a Mets fan, I had a warm place in my heart for Harmon Killebrew. The way he was pretty, just went about his business and played, and again overshadowed as well. Dickie Dodd. They got me to say Dickie again.
I know. I was trying to.
Well, you did by putting the graphic on the screen.
Dickie Thorner, Steve Chelts. All right, so let's move to shortstop. I will say that for the sake of this game, we took Mickey Mantle out of it. So whether it's shortstop or outfield, we took Mickey Mantle out of it. We just didn't see a situation where his cards would ever not be the pick against somebody else. Yeah. Because we are going card based. What's going on, Herman? Banks, if we're going shortstop, I think you're reading this one. All right, come at me. I'm ready. Have a drink.
Well, I'm going to take
Mike. I'm not arguing with his position. Just we're taking him out because he would win. Banks rookie card, no doubt, to me is the better card.
Now, if we put in those Ripken minor league tough sets, does that change the?
Well, I said playing career, so I'm going to stick to my own rules here. To me, it's Banks, but Banks played almost half his career at first base. So, Ripken played a couple years at third at the end, but was mostly a shortstop. I don't know how that impacts it. But Orlando,
I think Ripken missing as many games as he did hurt his.
Yeah. You couldn't. He wasn't very dependable. Couldn't count on him.
They say the best ability is availability. I think that hurts Ripken.
Exactly. Ozzie Smith, yes, that Padres rookie.
Yeah, and listen, the Wizard of Oz, the backflips, arguably maybe the best defensive shortstop, or in that conversation, right? Ever, but
Mookie, what are you talking? Are you talking about cards or career? Because I would put.
Well, you see, I keep doing that too. I just, Well, Ozzie's rookies is nice, but then after that, you're looking at $1 and then $2 and then down the line. Not that it's only about dollar signs, but it's that whole, early 80s, not the greatest designs in the world, printer running pretty heavy stuff. You know what I mean?
That off-center Ozzie is best compared to the 51 Mantle at shortstop.
That card is. That's why the 9s and 10s bring so much dough. It's a very classically off-centered card.
All right, so Banks is the winner, clearly. Ernie played more at first and short. Yeah, we took some liberties here in trying to fill all the positions. I tried to go with their number one position every place I could, but it is a
some of these position numbers surprise me. I'm not gonna lie. You think of a player at one position only, even when that's not the case.
Luis Aparicio defensively, without a doubt, but after that,
how about Mario Mendoza? No love for Mario.
Of all the Mendozas, I like the line the best. The Mendoza line.
That's because of Mario Mendoza.
I know. That's what I said. I like the line the best. Yeah. Okay. Third base.
Yeah, Pee Wee
Herman.
You said the magic word.
Third base.
Ooh.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what? This was a big missile, Matthews.
Yeah, Ed Matthews. We see. I mean, that's just
big
the
missile,
beauty.
Matthews. Yep, I'm gonna eat the Matthews.
Brooks versus Matthews. You know, in hindsight, being 2020, Brooks versus Matthews would have probably been a better matchup.
Well, in the magical world,
we're fixing it. We're fixing it.
We can act like I always meant it this way.
There it is. That other one was the error placard.
I like
got
hitters.
Out there when it shouldn't have.
Yep, I respect that. Barry says Brooks. Now this might have been against Schmidt, but take Matthews.
George Brett.
Ruben says, "Don't worry, folks. The more Danny drinks, the funnier he will be." Evidently, I'm disappointing tonight.
We can hope. That's
clearly I'm letting down the crowd tonight. You know, the matinee went so well. I was sure the evening show would go just as well. George Brett can't do it on the cards.
I don't know, man. Some of his early stuff's pretty good.
Matthews, first cover of SI, absolutely beautiful picture.
This one's tough.
How I feel about this card.
Matthews versus Brooks. That's a tough one. I could make a case either way.
Mike Petty. The more I drink, the funnier Danny is.
That is true. I believe that's like scientifically proven. Like they did testing on that. That's not just an opinion.
Scientifically, I'm funnier if you've had alcohol.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 doctors agree that you're funnier under the influence. When other people are under the influence.
It's a good thing, I don't get a complex or anything. Orlando says, card-wise, Brooks' rookie card is much better. Brooks' rookie card
that's an icon.
Is a fantastic card and hard to find centered. But Eddie Matthews. Is Brett rookie over Brooks rookie? No, for me, it's not even close. Brooks over Brett. You agree with John?
Yeah, but it's probably closer than you're giving it credit for being.
Really? I'm just not a fan of the Brett rookie.
Yeah, it's not the greatest rookie card. I think the Brooks Robinson's aesthetically is better. You get the big, again, my thoughts on close-ups on cards and rookies. It's a great card.
Warren evidently wants you to change mid-show, John.
I will promise this. I'm not changing mid-show, but I won't wear it again. So this is the 1-of-1 Old Bay shirt episode.
Matthews Astros card?
Yeah, I think he played.
I'd love to see that.
I think that was I vaguely remember. I can see that in my mind.
All right, now we're heading in for the outfield, guys. So we took Mantle out just for chalk. 66 capless. Mike Petty says 1 of 50 Old Bay episode. PSA 1. Wow.
All right.
We're getting some feedback. We appreciate that. Let's go to the outfield without Mantle.
If it makes you feel better, I got a Sriracha shirt.
To keep it even.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear it. I do have one though. That's not a.
All right. So if
I joke sometimes, but that's real. All right, let's go.
So if we're going post-war, Aaron, and we're talking about cards, not players.
And what do we get? 3 picks. There's 6 names here.
Yeah, 3 players.
Mine came pretty quick.
Well, here, let's see if Orlando says Aaron Mays Clemente for cards. It's hard to argue with that. Ruben saying Ricky, Mays, and Clemente. Interesting. I'm going Aaron, Mays, and I don't know who my third one is.
That's the problem I'm having. So Aaron and Mays are the chalk, and then you got 4 names for one spot. That's tough. That's tough. I initially thought Musial and then Clemente, but then Frank Robinson. Well, cards wise, I wouldn't put him in the category.
Ruben says he went by position.
Ted Williams. How would you? Ted Williams. When they're going against the rule, he was kind of early. You picked him. He's a young, from the early era that we didn't.
Well, what do you think?
Mike Greenwell.
You definitely Mike Greenwell.
And if Mike Greenwell gets in, you got to put Ellis Burks in here too.
If you got to do if the is in, then the other one has to be in.
Ellis Burks. I just wanted to say Ellis Burks.
I
That's
like
for
this.
Mark. That's
Second
for
year
Mark
Clemente
Lloyd.
card with yellow background is his best. He's got a lot of good cards. He might be the third one. I can't believe I'm passing on.
And it's tough.
It's hard to pass on Musial
tough.
and Williams.
Yeah, you almost feel like you should be guilty about doing something like that.
And Frank, I like better as a player than I like his cards.
Yeah, that's the thing. We if this was a player thing, he'd probably be up there more than most would realize. But we made this a card competition.
All right. Well, if it's cards,
It's tough. It's tough. I think this outfield. I think two come right to mind, and then it's that third spot with four guys that you can make a case for every one of them.
Yeah, I'm going Aaron, Mays, Clemente. Hodges says Frank Robinson's his favorite player run of them all. Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, does anybody do any of these player runs? Here we go.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. Right here, look at this guy.
There you go.
Danny was there when I bought that.
Aaron Mays and Fred Lynn, says Mike Petty. Fred Lynn is the answer to some trivia questions. He was, I think, the first player to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in back-to-back seasons. And
I remember being, what was that, 84, right? If my memory, that was the 84. I remember watching that game as a 12-year-old. 84, 83.
I thought you were looking it up.
No, it was 84. I'm almost positive.
It was in Tiger Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was 84.
Yaz is a good one.
Yeah, I love Corey Yastrzemski, man.
A great player.
Triple Crown winner, man. You just don't see that often. MVP, obviously, that year. And he has some great cards. I tell you, as a dealer who sets up at shows, he's a very popular player out of my box. Seems like I'm always selling Yaz cards. Always.
Well, he's got Boston's got a huge following. Fred Lynn.
Yeah, but I think people who are, he's a guy that non-Red Sox fans.
We got two Lyns. We got two Lyns in one sentence.
Fred Lynn and Lynn Swan, college roommates. Who knew? I didn't know that. And I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers guy.
This might win answer for outfield. Jason Dominguez. Al Kaline.
I thought that said Juan Gonzalez from a distance. I'm like, Juan gone.
Hey, he was a heck of a
Kaline.
Kaline's rookie card's beautiful.
Yep. There's a little story about that one.
Aaron Ruth and Jason Holiday. I assume that was Jackson. Kaline has the best rookie. Well, Kaline's rookie over Aaron's rookie?
Maybe that's a better, maybe we'll do that in one card, right? Who's rookie card? If it's the tournament of rookie cards, not value, aesthetics only. Take out any kind of monetary value. We do a rookie card tournament.
This is very funny, by the way. Alkaline is my favorite battery.
Derek Bell's mine.
Petty. Okay.
Derek Bell. That's the closest I could get.
Mike Trout, Dave Kingman, and Kurt Bavacqua.
Dave Kingman, being a young Mets kind of kid, it was strikeout or home run, nothing in between.
Oh, he was one of the original three true outcome guys.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, are we ready to move to pitcher?
Yeah, this will be another tough one. I think it'll be similar to this. I outfield.
I want to see who we forgot because I know we forgot. And guys, remember, we're trying to talk about their player run cards. So I think we would need two out of this group.
So two
and for a player run.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna go Seaver Koufax. And the only thing I'm hesitant Koufax is because his career was short. So he got less of
all of his. But he's got great cards.
He does, and that's why it was hard to keep him out. Don Mosley. Then now I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Koufax and Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn too, man. There's a Spawn rookie up there as well. It's so tough.
Well, that's the point of this.
It might be easier to say who you aren't going to come close to picking than the guys you're going to pick.
Or you're not getting the easy way out. Orlando says Gibson, Koufax, Seaver, second-year card. I like this specific card.
I like his rookie, though. I like that babyface Seaver. rookie card. I know it's a dual rookie card, and I get it, but I still like it. It's on my list to get at this year's National.
Barry Nolan Ryan is not the greatest pitcher of all time.
No.
No.
He's very good.
He's even a Hall of Famer, just not the greatest pitcher of all time. So I'm probably for cards, Koufax Spahn, but the Gibson rookie is one of my favorite rookies.
Yeah, I got one behind me. It is.
Agree to disagree on that, Ryan.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the show. We still love Barry, and he may not love
Barry,
us.
are you talking about just post-war, or are we including like?
Well, I think he's referring to the Nolan Ryans, not the GOAT.
Right, but who? Yeah, I'm just curious. Jim Palmer and Bob Friend for me on player runs.
Yeah, we mentioned Jim Cott.
Wilbur Wood, the knuckleballer, right? Jim Perry, and Bill Singer. I don't know. For player runs for me, Koufax has got so many good looking cards. I mean, I'm totally biased because I collect them, but that one's got to be included for me. And then
this is tough. I sort of
Whitey Ford is a great one.
Yeah, we forgot him.
Satchel, we talked about Satchel. He just didn't have.
We did talk about Satchel. He just don't have enough body of work, as they say, as card wise. I'm not talking about.
Yeah. We got Koufax.
Koufax is your Jackie, I think. I think what we're established is Koufax is your Jackie.
Yeah, I would say Koufax and Ripken are drinkable for me. I'll take that. I got a coffee going.
Well, I'm just drinking ginger ale. That's it today.
Yeah, I'm on Starbucks.
I got a show tomorrow, so I got to be good.
Double drink for Sid Finch. Yeah,
that's a classic.
Great. Yeah, no, we knew who you meant, Barry. That he for about 6 starts, he might have been the best, like Fernando Mania.
Well, Sid Finch is a made-up guy. Are you talking about Mark the Bird Friedrich?
Sid Finch was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, John. No, I know.
Made up,
I know it was made up. It was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Yes. You have an upset stomach, John? Is that why you're not drinking?
No, I got the card show tomorrow. I got to try to be. Not that I'm a big drinker even when I drink, but I got to get up early. So.
Although Mark the Bird Friedrich is a good name.
Mark the Bird Friedrich.
I hadn't heard that one in a minute. So
he was a good pitch. He was good, and until stuff happened, he was one of the best in the game.
So wait, is this our all-time card team? So Berra behind the plate.
I almost feel like this should have been a pilot, and then we'll go for real after learning.
Who we forgot.
Yeah. I feel like we're crowning champions, and there was contenders that didn't even get in the ring.
Well, we can talk about that.
Like,
so a catcher, I think everybody agreed on Berra, right?
Yeah, man. And we learned that you didn't know who Bill Freehan was.
You know what? I didn't. Who's the only catcher to win to be an all-star, I believe, in both leagues?
That's a trivia question?
Yeah, I believe it's still true if anybody in the comments knows that.
There's only one guy. I think I got to know who it is. Oh, no, wait. He didn't switch leagues. All right, hang on now.
I believe that there's only, and I'm sure I'm going to be way off. This is an old bar bet one. Only catcher to be an all-star in both leagues.
You would think there'd be more than one, but
there probably has been since I was taught the trivia, because I'm old, so things change. But
am I guessing? Can I guess?
You can guess. I'm going to look up the guy I think it is to make sure I'm right.
Sandy Alomar. Is it Sandy Alomar?
No, that's not who I. Okay.
Ivan Rodriguez could be.
Who did he play for in the National League?
Who?
Yeah, who did Pudge finish?
When he played with the Marlins, I think there might have been another team.
Did he make the All-Stars of Marlins?
I might have made one. That's why I'm saying that's a good guess.
Terry Kennedy, Padres and Orioles.
That's the answer, or is that someone's guess?
No, that's the one that I know.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought that.
I know. That's why it's a great question.
Nobody else?
Try to think of it.
I told you who. My first thought was Carlton Fisk with the Red Sox and the White Sox, but they're both American League teams, so I knew that wasn't the case.
I'm going to look up Pudge right now. No, he never made an All-Star game in the National League.
Huh. There you go.
Barry, the question is catchers who made the All-Star game in the American League and the National League.
Same player.
Same player to make it as an All-Star catcher in the AL and NL.
Mark St. Porter.
I don't know if that's
he was pretty good.
So Terry Kennedy, Padres and Orioles, shows you how weak the catching class was back then.
Wow.
I know. And obviously,
if that's the only one, you could seriously win a bar bet.
Oh, I did on this for a long time, but it's been a while since I fact checked it. So I wanted to make sure nobody else got added.
Terry Kennedy. Yikes.
I know. So how you doing recovering from Baltimore?
Good. It was fun, man. We're hopefully we can make it a yearly kind of, memorial or spring break week, couple days. I can't come for the whole week, but 3-4 days, catch a ball game or two, and definitely eat some Old Bay wings and Old Bay everything. And it was a blast, man. It was my first time there again. Thanks to you and family for putting up with some snoring, some bad jokes, and who knows what else.
The trivia question in the Barry has the only catcher to catch 2 perfect games. And I did know this one.
My first instinct is Yogi Berra, but I don't think it is.
Hoyle saying Dale Porter did.
See, you screwed up the.
This is why I like throwing it out to the group. I don't intend to be perfect. Johnny Roseborough. All right. If Daryl Porter did, then I stand absolutely corrected.
He was a good catcher, man, for a few years. You know what I mean? Like,
it really would have been for a few years. And not that I...
Yeah, I mean, he's not mistaken for a Hall of Famer, but, you can be a non-Hall of Famer and have a 4 to 6 year window where you're really,
Daryl
really
Porter
good.
did not make it as in the National League.
Really?
So Daryl Porter did not make it in St. Louis.
I would have thought he would have made it for St. Louis before somewhere else.
No, he didn't. According to Baseball Reference, and if I'm wrong, I've been wrong plenty of times, but I think Terry Kennedy. Jeff Torborg. I got a funny Jeff Torborg. I lived in Fort Lauderdale for a couple years, and he was a manager of the Fort Lauderdale Yankees. And he threw me, I was a little kid. I was, a younger kid. I was near the dugout in the front. He would always throw me a ball. Not always, but quite a bit. I got a lot of balls thrown at me by Jeff Torborg. So I think I'm right on Terry Kennedy. I don't want to hear about Jeff Torborg's balls coming at you.
You're ruining my. I
don't want to hear about his balls flying at you.
Right, that's interesting.
Mark, are you just giving me people to research?
Ron Hassey.
Yeah.
When I think of Ron Hassey, I think of Tony Siragusa. I don't know why. Just have that.
Sounds like a criminal case, John.
Yeah.
Denny Martinez was El Presidente.
Ron Barker.
El President.
He was great. When he was with Cleveland, man, he was a pretty dominating pitcher for a window of time.
But how about me getting that trivia? Terry Kennedy. I don't think.
I still don't know. We need like that fact checked. Someone's really got to deep dive that. I can't believe in all the history of baseball.
Well, there's only been All-Star games from the.
I get it,
30s.
But there's no shortage of All-Star games. It's not like they've only played 10. The fact that Terry Kennedy's the only catcher to represent both leagues.
Well, you didn't have free agency. You didn't have free agency until
I get it, but Terry Kennedy, who sound like Allen Iverson with the playoff slide.
Who evidently is a great TTMer.
Terry Kennedy
is a great TTMer.
Yeah, Ron Hassey's the answer to the 2 perfect games.
Huh. My all-time Baltimore Orioles card team. I probably have to think about this longer than I'm going to, but I'll put Palmer on the mound with his rookie in '66. Catcher, Adley Rutschman. First base, Murray. Second base, probably Roberto Alomar. Shortstop, Cal. Third base, Brooks. In the outfield, I'll take Frank. I'll take Reggie Jackson. And
He wasn't even there long enough. You can't.
he was there for a year. I'm going to count him. And I assume we want Major League Orioles, so I can't take Babe Ruth. I'd have to think of the third outfielder. Maybe Ken Singleton.
Al Bunbury.
Al Bunbury was a good one.
Yeah, how about Cedric Mullins? My guys.
Mullins.
How about Rick Dempsey's mad at you?
Rick Dempsey?
Yeah, because you took Rushman.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I think Bobby Grich, great one for second base. Great name. John Lowenstein, who disappeared, actually.
I remember like the big afro curls. That's kind of what I think of.
Well, true story. John Lowenstein disappeared. They couldn't find him for a couple of years.
I was going to tell a joke, but I'm going to leave that one not said.
Boog and Chris Davis at first. Boog's a good call. Chris Davis, if I could just take those couple of years. The problem is he had a lot of other years too. That's Roseboro, Simmons, Parrish, Diaz, and Kennedy. Barry, what are these? Are these all two All-Star game guys? Is that our answer?
Yeah, Ted Simmons could be.
It could be. I don't know if that's a guess or if he looked it up.
How about no Kiko Garcia?
That's a good one. I'm looking up Ted Simmons right now. Ted Simmons absolutely made an All-Star game, one All-Star game in the American League. Nice job. Nice job.
You have to pay the bet back.
I will take it back. I'll eat it. In fact, let me go back to the list.
Well, he gave you 4 names. Maybe they're all right.
I think they are. I'll fact check the rest later.
Lance Parrish, the Tigers. Who was he with in the National League? Was it the Padres? Did he play in San Diego?
I don't know, Barry. If you know, tell us. I'm not going to look them all up right now.
Bo Diaz. I know Bo Diaz. I didn't think he was an all-star in both leagues. Man, this list went from only 1 to like 6 in a hurry.
Well, it went to 5, including the one I had. So I'm going to check the rest. Fun fact: Danny cosplays during Halloween as John Lowenstein. It is seriously.
Remember the beard Lowenbrow?
Yeah, they would say low. He would do endorsements. I owe Barry an all-expense trip to Baltimore. Barry, that you are welcome to ride with John next year. I'll pick you up. Absolutely.
I don't snore in the car because if I'm driving, I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, you definitely want him driving. But shout out on that one. Very impressive. All right, Mr. Newman. Did we pick an all-time card team, or did we just talk ourselves in circles?
I think we left some people out. You know, whenever you do lists, you know the deal, man. Whenever you do lists, you're going to forget someone. You're not going to think highly enough of someone and leave them off. You know, anytime we do a top 100, you know, or even a top 10, there's going to be someone on the outside looking in. And how'd you not, pick him? And so I get it. I almost want to revisit this, kind of revisit 2.0 and do it again. I kind of like the team thing too, where they had you do your all-time Orioles card team. That's kind of a cool way to do an episode too. You know, you pick a couple teams and you do that all-time rookie card lineup.
Parrish was an all-star with the Phillies.
I didn't realize that. Or as Johnny Carson would say, I did not know that.
Yeah, we left off the Honus Wagner. He would have fallen under the Mickey Mantle rule if we included those. I think that would have been chalk for.
For future reference, man, a rookie card tournament on aesthetics only, no values, best looking rookie cards, and see who wins. Almost have that be a couple week competition and see who's the last card standing. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if someone did that already. It sounds like it's not a crazy concept, but we haven't done it on this show. So
yeah, I don't see us doing it either.
That's way to crush my dream. Just
Mike Petty says 2 of the top 5 players of all time. Let's leave them off. And Ruth off, Cobb out. If we're going back that far, well, it's playing. You see, that's why we didn't go back that far. It was playing day cards, and that's where it gets really tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Mike's just having fun at this point. I get that. It's late. It's Friday. Anything else, Newman?
No, I mean, it's fun, right? We can. I think we probably should add more parameters, but, this is the fun. We get the chat room.
Nobody wanted to follow my rules that it had to be cards only. Everybody wanted to be
I know.
cards.
I keep doing it too. I think it's just so ingrained in us when we think of a player. If you're in the hobby, I think when you think of a player, you think two things, right? You see the cards, and then you know what kind of player they are. You remember the stats or what they did. So it's hard to separate one from the other. I think for guys of our age too.
Barry said too much thinking.
Yeah, hurt your head. I agree.
Yeah, we try not to hurt anybody's head with too much thinking. We don't get accused of that too often. This was fun. I probably phrased it wrong. I wanted to make an all-time card team.
Yeah, we can do it again. I mean, we only spent an hour on it today. I mean, I'm not saying next show, but we can tackle.
If we did an all-time card team, we could do it any year.
It could be anything.
I like that. Let's do an all-time card team by position, rookie cards only.
Yeah, I think you gotta it's gotta be a rookie card. That will be tough too. That'll be tough too, because
this is probably true. Take out some of the chalk.
Yeah, take out the Mantle, and I agree. Take out the Mantle and the Wagner, and it gets interesting.
Well, then it gets very interesting. Does it have to be a major league card? Are we doing a 33 Gaudy for Ruth? Or
I mean, whatever, I think rookie card. It's got to be where no one argues that it's a rookie card.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check. We'll get Victor on. All right. Say goodnight, John.
Good night, John.
And I guess I should play us out of here, shouldn't I?
You want me to hum it?
No. Good night, everybody. Wait, Mike Petty says, I like chalk. I need some Pepto-Bismol after tonight's show. That stuff tastes like chalk. Whoa.
Well, listen, Mike, I appreciate someone that calls it like they see it.
Absolutely.
I try to do that. So I'm not gonna argue that point. They all can't be, Nolan Ryan didn't throw a no-hitter every time he went on the bump. He just did it 8 times. We have 8 good shows. You never know when we take the mound, what's going to happen.
Well, Barry, thank you. Ruben, good night. Mike, we'll work to do better next time, and we'll see you guys.
I want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
Just don't forget Sunday's Mother's Day.
Yes,
stay out of the doghouse.
Yes. All right. Say good night, John.
Good night, John.